Been a hot question on Twitter all week. Is it okay for Oklahoma fans to boo Jackson Arnold when he returns as the Auburn Tigers quarterback this weekend? I don't know. We're going to talk about it with SEC Unfiltered's Chris Phillips, among other things, today on Rise and Shine College Football.
Well, dumbass.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Rise and Shine College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. If you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment. Hall of Fame College Football. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Matt Bingham, I know you're about to pass out. Just go sleep, bro. You can catch it later. You can catch it later. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you. Goaded, Brandon Snake, True Okie, Ronnie Wheat. What's up, my guys? Logan Licky, gentlemen. Mr. Dilligaff, Ben G. You know that's not hitting my screen, bruh. Bishop Frank. Oh yeah, I already said your name. What up? All right, man. Hey man, crash when you have to. Is it okay to boo? Why would he not get booed? Hey, listen, that's what I've been kind of saying, but you know, it seems to be a big topic on Twitter going around. I'm gonna ask. I mean, I asked a few people what they thought. I'll just say this. You know, I thought it was pretty funny what Christie said. OU Christie said on Twitter yesterday. It was like it's not like he hadn't been booed in the stadium before. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Collins McDaniel, my guy. What's up, man? David Whitehead. Chicken. What up, chicken? But it is what it is. I think some people are going to do it, some people aren't, and either way, it's up to them. But I think the one thing is kind of similar to what I experienced there at the Michigan game. You just got to do whatever you're going to do loud. Do it very loud. That would be the most important thing for me. I think that on top of that, is it weird this week that last year, whenever you got ready to play Auburn, they were real quiet about it. They weren't saying a whole lot on Twitter. That it didn't seem like they were really had much going on. They weren't saying a whole lot anyway. And I don't know, man. It just seemed weird. I think we'll applaud JA when he comes out, but I don't know. Seems like who we are though. They maybe. Is it funny that JA is playing better than Arch? That's pretty jacked up. Yes, it is kind of funny. He's already been booed. Yes, nobody hates him, but booing is part of the game. Listen, and I think when you start looking at the landscape, and I mean, look, every program that we've played so far in the SEC has been a lot of. I mean, last year, like I said, Auburn wasn't really loud on Twitter or anywhere else like that. This year, they're making up for it by being extra loud. And, but part of it is this, it's almost weird to me that you're getting this, I don't know, defeatist. I mean, I think they're doing it. Obviously, they're doing it sarcastically. They're being defeated. Um, why even make the trip and blah blah blah? They're just going to kick our ass. It's like they're upset with. They're trying to shame Oklahoma fans for being confident in their team's chances of winning at home and going up against a quarterback that we kind of know, and we know kind of how he plays. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of is what it is. Uh, Opponents always get booed in Norman. I think the only team not to get booed in Norman in recent history was Army. That makes sense. Um, that can be loud, that's fine, but use common sense. Yeah, listen, I mean, his family's going to be there, and everybody, Oklahoma players. I mean, I just got done listening to probably about the third or fourth player that they've done nothing but be very nice about him. Coach Venables obviously has said really nice things about him back all the way back to media days. He said he's been the same way this week. Now Jackson, for his part, has been you know quiet this week. He decided he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't do an interview with the local media, I guess, before they got or earlier this week. So I don't know. He said what he had to say during the SEC media days himself, when with JD Piquel talking about how Oklahoma fans had been in his DMs telling him to kill himself, stuff like that. Which I look, anybody who's doing that, they've gone way beyond. They need to touch grass and freaking figure it out. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking football. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Football. It's not life or death. It's silly shit to do that. But we know that there's unhinged fans everywhere. So who's to say? You know what I mean? It is what it is. Jay needed a new start. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Um, BB just gonna run blitz the entire game. Yeah, that's how I figured that's the way that they're gonna welcome him. I'm probably too confident. I've been smelling a winning streak. Don't care who we play. Yeah. Now they will be good and destroy the Sooners. Give me a break. Yeah, we know that you love Baylor for whatever reason. It's just kind of weird, but defense is going to turn the turnover button for Jay on Sunday. Yeah, I I kind of feel like and it's weird that they haven't already racked up at least a few turnovers. Um, I think you've had a few that you probably figured they would have gotten at some point, but I feel like whenever they do turn it on, that when they get one, it'll probably turn into a bunch. So who's to say? And I'm just saying like over the next few games or whatever. I'm not saying necessarily getting all of them from Jackson. I have a hard time believing he's going to throw too much because he has it. You know, Ghost, what up, dog? Yeah, he's part of the. Hey, I think Hey, shout out to our guy Trap House Boomin. He has. I think he said it best among everybody. He's and Bishop Frank's been saying it too. He's now on the menu. You coming to dinner and you're not a guest, you must be on the menu. So you know what I mean. Going to be seeing ghosts. Yeah, I think, and you hear a lot of people saying, "Hey, what's up, Latoya? Good to see you there. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in." We got one of our Road Tide fans in here. Appreciate it. Hey, we're gonna take care of them trees. Hey, sharpshooter, what's up, man? I'll just say F them trees for you guys. Make everybody happy for the Alabama folk in here. Completely forgot Zach Alley. Listen, that's the fact, Um, those type of fans don't deserve crimson and cream. I don't believe that. Maybe one guy did. You know what? He said it. I'm not the one that said it. But listen, we all know if you go on Oklahoma Twitter, you know that there's some dumbasses on there. There's just no two ways around it, right? They go way, way pole vault over the fucking line. So we know that's how it goes. Latoya, yep, there you go. F them trees, she says. And hey, Brisky signs off every show of the Sharpshooters podcast with F them trees. So we're adopting it this week. I told him earlier on the show on Monday that we're adopting it this week. So um, everyone's quick to point out he didn't get a fair shake, but Jay was subpar as F himself, regardless of surrounding, which is why both needed a fresh start. Listen, I mean, I think that we've kind of talked about this ad nauseum. You know, it was probably the best thing for both. You know, he wasn't going to stay and compete with John Mateer and not get the job. That wasn't going to happen, and especially when you had an opportunity you had an opportunity to go to another SEC school, get paid big, and be basically the starter. Um, yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, I'm not even. You don't tweet. I know. But I'm just saying, there was a lot of it going on. So in the end, I wouldn't even. I don't really trip about it. But it is what it is. And it's like I said, I don't care if you do or you don't. I'm not really one to boo players anyway, whether they're on your team or on the other team. I boo referees, and that's about it. And it's kind of how it goes. Norman's all right. He's over there. Um, he was a one man fumble rookie. He's already had a couple of those this year too. He just hadn't lost them. But it is what it is. Why is it okay, Jay, to run like he does, but not Mateer? Yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's everything that's what people were going to say. I mean, let's see. What do you say? Yeah, the thing is, and that's the thing, man. We talked about this a lot. The depth on this defensive line is legit, and I think that there's no doubt about it that I think Auburn has a really good defensive line. What they have is a pretty boo boo secondary, though. So I don't know that that's really helpful for them. And I think the offensive line is hopefully going to come back together this week. I know they've had some injuries. You had Troy going down center. He hadn't been listed as the starter, but we've heard Fabechi Wewu was playing. He obviously ended up playing center quite a bit last week in the game. The bye week definitely couldn't come at a better time for OU right now, but because you've got a few guys that are hurt, from what I understand. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to keep anybody out. I think they had Fasusi out. Um, they already had Fasusi out last week because of that high ankle sprain. Hopefully he's back and good to go. He looked really really good against Michigan. So it'll be what it kind of is. And here's the thing, yeah, Latoya, he does make a lot of mistakes, and going to be trying so hard to prove himself against his old team. Look, I think that he's been trying really hard all year. The thing is that here's the deal with him. He's not somebody to let loose and throw the ball. If somebody's not wide ass open, he's really not throwing it. And so that's the same thing that was going on with him at Oklahoma last year. He threw those interceptions in the bowl game the year before after Dylan Gabriel left. And he had 3 of them, and I believe a couple of fumbles in that game too. But I know for sure in 13 games at Oklahoma, he had 12 fumbles and then six interceptions. That's a lot of turnovers, man. Now he hasn't turned it over. I got to give him props that he hasn't turned it over yet, but they haven't turned him loose yet. And why would you in the Baylor? They keep talking about the Baylor game, but their defense is trash. They had 300 and I think it was almost 400 rushing yards. Almost 400 rushing yards. So when you look at it in terms of kind of what that looks like, it's like, to me, that's tough. Um, so I don't know, man. It's just one of them deals with, yeah, if he throws it 30 times, but man, I think it's what? How many times did he throw it last week? Let me see. I had it up here a second ago. Let me grab it again. I've got his overall stats, but 30 times, and he's liable to have more than that. 2 interceptions. Let's see. Let's go in the game by game here. 11 to 17. Now he did have 28 throws in his second game against Ball State, where he had 3 touchdowns and 251 yards. But in the other 2 games, he was 11 and 17 in the first game, 108 yards, no touchdown passes. Of course, he had the rushing. He ended up going for, what was it, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 137 yards on 16 carries. But overall, they had, I want to say it was like, let me see the games. Let me look at it again here. I want to keep that up. So, um, yeah, yeah, 307 rushing yards, 108 passing yards, 25 first downs. 5 of 10 on third down. I mean, but their secondary gave up 419 passing yards in that game and like 4 touchdowns too. I think Sawyer Robertson had 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 touchdowns in that game. 27 of 48 um, for 419 yards. I mean, bro, there ain't no way that, you know, if he's doing that, and I think Sawyer Robertson's a good quarterback, by the way, but they're not going to be able to shut down John Mateer in this passing attack. I mean, I expect that Deion Burks gets has a big game probably. Um, no, it was an unsuccessful appeal. Sorry about that. But toll freeze, and I quote, "I hear voices." Yeah. Well, easy RP. Here's the thing about RPOs against the pass rush, like what you got here, and even with the light box. I mean, if they're gonna try to run that +1 running game with the quarterback. You know, 6 against 5. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because you're gonna get somebody shooting in there, and the safeties have been great in their run fits to kind of come in there and clean everything up, and you're liable to get somebody blitzing off the edge anyway. So I don't know that I think that that's going to matter. Cheering for JFA. I'll be calling him JBA there, Coach Top Butterfingers. No, I'm just messing around. Hope he plays well and Oklahoma wins. Nah, man, and I don't know if I want him to play. So I want him to play well aside from this week. You know what I mean? I think it's okay to root for him and everything, but I think it's okay to not root for him this week. I think you want to beat him up a little bit. You know, um, it kind of is what it is. OU gives up 17% on third down. That's correct. Good call. Auburn defense is the worst for Yak after the catch. That's correct. Oh, listen. Their secondary. I mean, uh, I said it the other day on Coach Smook's show. Man, it's like stanky, real stanky, like homeless shelter bank. Ugh, just butt. Homeless shelter butt. That's what I called it the other day. So it is what it is, and it is kind of a slow developing game. Let's see. Lewis has been really good. Good hands. Good yak. Yep. Keontez Lewis is now he. I don't know if he'll be back with that concussion. They never come back in a week, and that was bad. He's going to be playing this week. I'm surprised at that. I guess I hadn't heard that yet. So okay, cool. General's booty. That's a great handle. This is the game OU will finally win the turnover battle. This D going to break. Going to bring back Jay's nightmares. Yeah. Secondary. Yeah. Again, homeless shelter butt. Homeless shelter butt. Oh, good Lord. You want to talk? You're talking to Coach Top. You're telling him he's soft, and you coming in there saying that shit. Here's the thing, and that's the problem with him is that his accuracy isn't good past those mid-level throws, and so I'm gonna tell you, man. They're talking about that the secondary hasn't been tested at Oklahoma. Okay, yeah, I know that the secondaries looked really good against the pass, though they haven't given up much. So it is what it is. Booing Auburn, who actually plays for them. Yeah, they getting booed. A lot of people do, man, and that's what I mean. Everybody gets booed at the Palace if you're not an Oklahoma team. You guys said it earlier. Better attack the edges because the interior D line is playing some big boy football. The thing is you've had a couple of early on. You obviously the Michigan game, you gave up the one big run. Aside from the one big run that Justice Haynes had, they averaged 2 yards a carry. And as we know, Venables talked about it that uh, they had the wrong play called, and it kind of the fans were so loud that Peyton he couldn't get Guillory. He was trying to yell to Guillory to get on the outside to seal that edge, and he got kind of sucked in there, and he didn't hear him. So that was partly Oklahoma fans, being loud like they were. But you know, if it wasn't for that, though, I mean, they got the run. You got to give Justice props for getting it. But is what it is. Yeah, his been Coach Top. I love it. Favorite team scored 27 versus UTEP. Yeah, they're fantastic on offense, aren't they? No, but here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they come in with the passing attack, though. I think that maybe they were kind of, you heard what's his name? Singleton was saying that they're gonna open it up a little bit. They've got everybody healthy now, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that I believe all that. But I think that Hugh Freeze, you gotta know you're not running the ball on this team. And if you run Jackson Arnold and he gets into the area where those linebackers and especially like Boganowski and Powers at the safeties could get to him, I mean, that's not a good way to keep him around. I know that they're going to crack his ass. And again, this is what they do it in practice to their own teammates. So you think they're going to care that Jackson is the former teammate when they couldn't hit him before? Now they can. So let's see. That one I think they've been keeping quiet. Truoki. What up there? Hey, what up there? Tez. What up, man? You want to pop in and talk with the well, I've got actually it should be any time now. I've got SEC Unfiltered Chris coming in. Let me we should get together this evening though. We should get together this evening. That they're going to have to open it up and throw. I mean, you think you're going to beat Oklahoma running the ball? Because I don't. I don't think that they are. But then you're opening him up to get. He's going to have to get the ball out quick. And I think Oklahoma's got to be approaching it the same way that they've been approaching every running quarterback, and that's what you have to call Jackson. But when you look at the Alabama game last year and the way that they did that, Auburn airs it out. The only question: coaching in critical moments. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's tough. And I think I want to get in and talk with you about this a little bit. But I've got a guest coming on here in a few minutes, and we'll talk a little bit. I mean, if you want to pop in a little bit after that or whatever, we can do that. But I agree. I think that that's the only way you have a chance to win is if you are able to find a passing game in this. Because if you don't, if you're one dimensional, that's not going to work. It's not going to work against Oklahoma, and they're not going to be able to run the ball with that quarterback, that +1 run game in the quarterback game. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Yeah, little Mike's like a dog. Yeah. Bro, he got shot out of a cannon on that blitz against Temple last week, man. It looked like it was awesome. Who did just say this? Hold up. Showtime. I think we're underestimating JA. Are we? How so? Explain. How so? Yeah. Hey, thanks, Chris. Reposted the stream. Awesome. He should be in here momentarily, I would think. Ow, damn it. There he is. All right. Real quick. Welcome into the show from SEC Unfiltered, Mr. Chris Phillips. What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Jason, what's up, man? I'm doing well. Doing well. Excited to be on with you. It was great to link up with you in Norman, obviously. Funny enough, look what I got on my desk over here. We've still got the remnants of the The Norman weekend sitting over here on the desk. So, no, it's great, man. I really appreciate you having me on. I'm really excited for another big weekend. We'll be heading out to Columbia, Missouri tomorrow. I know y'all's second favorite place in the SEC. All
Oh
you Oklahoma
yes.
fans out there. No, I'm excited for real, man. I've actually kind of similar to Norman from the standpoint of I had never been. So this was my first time ever. I've passed through Columbia, Missouri, but first time ever going, obviously, game day weekend, game day. So anytime you get to do it for a first,
Yeah.
see a place for a first, it's a really cool thing because at this point, the only other ones I will not have been to will be Lexington, Kentucky, and Starkville, Mississippi. And there's a good chance
Okay.
I'll be saving those for, Lexington. I think will make a lot more sense during the basketball season, and Mississippi State's kind of up in the air, but might wait on that one for baseball season. So
Okay.
anytime you get to do a first, it's awesome. Again, really excited. I know it's another slate. I warn people similar to week 3, where some people out there called it kind of a sleepy slate, if you will. This slate looks really similar, but you remember how much chaos we had in week 3.
I was
So
just fixing to say, man, for those sleepy weekends, man, that ends up turning into crazy weekends because we saw how it looked at, I mean, South Carolina getting rolled up on by Vandy, which I called that game, but I kind of figured that was going to be, there was a lot of games that, man, and you were there in Tennessee for that one. That was rowdy there, huh?
yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, listen, Neyland's as good an atmosphere as you'll get in college football. I know
Yeah.
Oklahoma fans, if you haven't been, highly encourage you to go. You'll experience it obviously later this season.
Hmm.
It's a great time. I mean, that was my first time experiencing Checker Neyland too, and that just hits different. My first Neyland experience was last year when they played Alabama. So I mean, obviously, I've gotten 2 really high profile matchups,
Yeah.
rivalries, what have you. But the Checker Neyland definitely hit different. It was a great game. I mean, I still sit here days later, admittedly, Jason, thinking to myself like, I know how Georgia won, and I give all the credit to Georgia for winning because they deserve it. But on the flip
Well,
side, I sit there and I'm like, how did Tennessee lose this football game? Like, it's just, it's, they were in control, it felt like, for most of the game. I mean, Georgia
yeah.
punched back, obviously, but yeah, it was their
Well, and
game to
I
win.
expected them to come back. I mean, even
Yeah.
when it was 21-7, I mean, it was 17-0 last year, and they came back from that too. You know what I mean? But you expect that a little bit, but you didn't expect once they kept going. And I thought Aguilar was fantastic. By the way, he
Oh,
was
he was
he was
great.
really
Yeah.
good,
But
right?
listen, both teams have their guy at quarterback. That's the
I
encouraging
liked
part.
Gunner too. That's what I was going to say. I wasn't expecting all that from Gunner, and he looked great.
Yeah, Gunner stared down the barrel of adversity,
Hmm.
and some of the throws he made under pressure, some of the throws on third down, the crowd's obviously in it. It's getting rowdy in there and didn't
Yeah,
matter. And that throw he made on fourth down in the corner there to London Humphreys it might be the
bro.
best throw I've ever seen in person. It's one of the maybe the most clutch throw. I think it's probably the most clutch throw I've ever seen in person. But I mean, Jason, to your point, like I was in Tuscaloosa last year when Georgia went down like 28-0 to Bama. So I knew the game was far from over. I
Far
mean,
from
not,
over.
far from over, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you're, I mean, you know, I, Georgia's just different, man. Under Kirby Smart, they have those DNA traits where they expect those games to turn their way, and
Hmm.
sure enough, that one did. And I think Tennessee, it's an encouraging sign if you can get past the heartbreak. Thankfully for them, they have UAB this week. I think if UAB and Mississippi State were flipped on the schedule, you'd be a little more concerned because kind of getting yourself up for
Having
another
that kind of
game,
just a hangover
tough.
from having that, and
Yeah, it'd
just
be tough.
still
So you've
being a
got
little
a
hurt.
week to kind of get over it, beat up on somebody else. But yeah, it was a classic, man. Which that's really all I pull for when I go on the road is
Good football. Yeah.
instant classics. So
No doubt. So you were here a couple of weeks ago. You were in Norman a couple of weeks ago. I know you and great content while you were out here, obviously. And you guys, make sure that if you're not already subscribed, which most of you probably are already subscribed to SEC Unfiltered. We've got the link in the description right now, and we'll pop it up there here in just a few minutes too. But um, talk about the week that you had at Oklahoma and your experience there in the Palace. I mean, I know you've talked about it ad nauseum, but what is Auburn about to experience when they get here?
yeah, it's going to be a hostile environment, no doubt. Jason, the weekend was awesome. I mean, I couldn't have scripted how great it was, starting getting in on Thursday, made that 9.5 hour trek or so from Nashville. I have a bad habit, Jason. I like to wait to the very last minute to like book flights and everything like that. And so obviously the
Yeah,
price,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
getting into Oklahoma City, certainly that's not a place I think you want to wait till the last moment. So, I got to a point where I was like, screw it. I'm just going to drive. And it worked out well because we ended up playing golf, obviously, and that would have been a whole other to-do, shipping the clubs. I mean, it could have done it, but it just would have been an extra thing to worry about. So I don't mind
It's kind of a
driving at this
pain in the
point.
ass though, and if you lose them or something on the
Yeah,
deal,
yeah,
that
oh yeah.
really
No,
suck. Yeah,
I
not a
thankfully,
fan
knock
of
on
shipping
wood,
them.
I've never like lost luggage or anything. I will
Yeah,
be flying a couple times this season, so again, knock on wood. But
yeah,
no, it got off to a hot start, man. I mean, made that trek on Thursday. Went and did a live show with our friends over at Voice of Oklahoma Football, Josh Mahler, Chad Tierney, met all the team, met our friends over at Horns Down Spirits, Dink and them.
yeah.
So had a great time. Got to try some of the Horns Down stuff. That was awesome. Got the weekend, like I said, off on a hot start. Played golf Friday morning at Toby Keith's Golf Course, Belmar. Great time. Shout
Belmar.
out to my guy, Travis Davidson, for setting that up. Played with a
Yeah,
couple Oklahoma national champions from the 80s. That was really, really cool. And then
that's
we were off
badass.
and running, man. I mean, went back after actually got like kind of the grand tour after golf. My guy Travis, we drove around, went to El Dale. People that follow us know I'm a huge baseball guy, so I got to see El Dale in person for the first time, see some of the plans for expansion, renovation, what have you. Went out and about in the town on Friday, went to many different spots that, again, if you go back and watch the vlog, they're documented. Admittedly, I probably have forgotten the name of some of them, but had a great time. We went to Logie's on Friday night. That was awesome. I do remember
Nice.
that. We went to Logie's on Friday night. And then went into game day on Saturday, man. I mean, the energy and the intensity was awesome all throughout.
Yeah,
Obviously, I didn't even mention Friday. I spent a lot of time walking around the stadium. And, I mentioned it several times in the vlog, but I'll say it again. Like, I think either SEC people don't want to think about it or they forget how much tradition Oklahoma has. Like, the fact that,
yeah.
like, they're not like just good. They ran the sport for quite a while. So
Hmm.
when you see all it's funny. Like, I went to Tennessee last week, and I'm sure this is going to happen everywhere I go. But I'm like, where are all the statues? Like, I went to Oklahoma, and I'm like, there's like 100 statues all over the campus, all around the football stadium. I'm like, where's everybody's
Bronze,
statues at?
bronze everywhere.
If there's one thing Oklahoma loves, it's a statue. And I mean, I get it. You got a lot to honor and immortalize, and I think it's really, really cool. So, got to see all that, document everything. And like I said, went into game day, and I mean, the energy was as good as you're going to find. The tailgate was absolutely electric. Everybody was super, super welcoming and friendly, and
Yeah,
yeah, led into the game, man. And I know it wasn't a checkering, but was it like a stripe out type of deal?
yeah, yeah. It was.
Is
It
that what they
was.
call it? Like a stripe out? I want to make
I
sure I
don't
get that
remember
correct. But
exactly
either
what they
way,
called it, but I know
yeah,
in each section you were supposed to either wear crimson or white,
yeah. So
and it looked
I
really
was
cool.
wearing
It looked
white
great
in
on
the
the
section that I
TV.
was in.
Yeah,
Yeah, very similar. I mean, it was just very, very similar to what Tennessee did. It's kind of Oklahoma, Tennessee, similar thing they did. But yeah, the energy, the intensity, it felt like a college football playoff game. I mean, the fans are rowdy. It's SEC and then some. You know what I mean? I told somebody it's like Oklahoma doesn't need to try to be like SEC. They're just Oklahoma. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. I think they're obviously like a natural fit to the conference. The passion, the intensity, the energy, the venue, the winning.
yeah.
But
The fan base
somebody
showed
asked
out
you
that
if
night, though. I mean, it was loud,
yeah,
loud. First and second down two, not just third. That they were up yelling, and I mean,
yeah.
it was
And
loud,
I'll
loud the
say
whole
this,
night.
Jason, because I'll say this because I thought this was interesting, and I want to share this with everyone that admittedly, and I get it because I've experienced this at Bama, Georgia, some of the bigger programs that are used to winning. I had somebody tell me that essentially Oklahoma fans, some want to show up and be entertained. Oklahoma's not always been one to get into the game and be crazy and rowdy and energetic, and maybe that happens from a winning at a high rate, right? You believe that winning is part of the price of admission. Trust me, like I said, I've had Bama folks say the same thing, Georgia folks say the same thing,
Right.
even Texas. I mean, the Texas folks have told me that at times their crowd is very wine and cheese. But that was not the experience that I got. Oklahoma fans were rowdy from the jump, in
Hmm.
on every play. I think I think everybody there understood the gravity of the matchup and how important winning the football game was. So I would expect there will be more of that on Saturday. And I
Mm-hmm.
know, obviously, I saw the title and the subject matter is the whole Jackson Arnold thing.
Yeah,
Will they boo him? Will they not? Should they boo him? Should they not?
yeah,
I mean,
and
listen, one of my favorite comments of the week about this, I forget who it was, but I saw somebody on social media yesterday say, well, I mean, we booed him in an Oklahoma uniform. So at least this time he's
that
not
was
wearing the team
Christy.
unit. So,
That was Christy.
yeah,
She
listen,
doesn't. She
I think
doesn't hold or pull any punches. She's going to say what the hell she wants to say, and
yeah.
I loved that. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's up to your own discretion. Do what you want, but I don't have any problem with the booze. It's listen, you're the
Well,
enemy
that's
now.
what I was going to ask you. You've covered this
Yeah.
league for a while now, and you've been to, like you said, you've been to pretty much every venue. I mean, it seems like protocol to get rowdy and talk shit for the weeks leading up to the game. I mean, it's now Auburn last year was pretty quiet on Twitter and pretty cool at the stadium apparently, but this year they have not been. They've been definitely a little louder. Now, of course, they didn't start off, on a bad foot or anything this year as far as that goes. They've played basically 3 cupcakes, but I mean, I guess you can say Baylor's not one. I think they are. But anyway, it's a former 5-star. He didn't play well here last year. I don't, you can say what you want, but he didn't play well. Um, you know, Now, if he pulls the upset, you're going to see a huge meltdown from Oklahoma fans. And I mean, it'll go from there's a lot of confidence right now to we suck. It'll go to there real quick. But you've covered it, and like all these fan bases are kind of like that. They hate each other. They no matter what all the time. And I'm not one of the people that I'm going to go SEC. I don't think that most Oklahoma fans are. So I think it fits if you go ahead and say, yeah, you can go ahead and it. I mean, like you said, it's okay to boo, right? If you want to. I'm not a person that boos a lot of players either on either side. You know what I mean? I'm just not really somebody that does that. Refs, yes, they get booed, but I think whatever you do, if you're an Oklahoma fan, you better do it loud. You know what I mean? This weekend, and I think it's well within the rights of any SEC fan to boo, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't bother me if they booed. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think the debate is more where it rages on more hard is booing your own players, which every fan base has done it at some point. Like, and I will say this, Jason, we've also reached a point in time where, it can hurt your feelings or you feel bad about it or, oh my God, they're just kids. But we kind of lost that in the NIL era, didn't we? I mean, they're paid now. Like they're not paid professionals, but they're semi-professionals at least.
They are
like
pros, yeah. I mean, it's basically professional football at this point. It's
right.
it's
So, like
the minor leagues,
I'm not
I guess.
encouraging. Yeah, like I'm not encouraging like be a nuisance and every time a kid drops a pass or makes a bad throw but if you feel like you're not getting the product you deserve after a while, like you have every right to voice that. And I would say booing is probably the most respectable way you could do it. There's other levels you could take it to that would be over the top, obviously. So
Yeah.
when it comes to booing an opponent, have at it.
Yeah.
I've never been to an SEC game or a football game in general, Jason, where when the road team ran out, they didn't get booed. So, like, what are we talking about? Like what? I mean, it'd be weirder to me if
they didn't.
yeah, if they announce the starting lineups and they say Jackson Arnold, and it's like a standing ovation. He comes out and he tips his cap to the crowd. Like, I mean, it's not like the guy won a national championship in the
No, it's not like he left in free agency right before retirement and all that.
No.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, again, do whatever you want, but yeah, if and when I will say, like the student section is going to boo the heck out of him. That's the thing. So the booing is going to happen, but yeah, I mean, get it out of the way in pregame. Get it out of the way when he runs out there for the first time. After that, it's just football, X's and O's, man. And obviously, you'll want to beat him. I mean, I agree with you, by the way, on the point of the game too. It's interesting, like that same level of pressure and expectations was on the Michigan game, where it was like, hey, winning will be great. And my guy Josh Mahler made this point. Winning will be great, but losing will be more detrimental than winning will be great.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like when people say, like, I hate losing more than I love winning. Like
Mm-hmm.
winning that Michigan game was awesome. The atmosphere was awesome. Like it was a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But now all the pressure that was on that Michigan game, it's like we picked it up and we put it on this game. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it was like beating Michigan was great, but it means nothing if you don't beat Auburn. And it was kind of vice versa. Like you needed to win both, really, truly.
You need to win them both. And we've been saying this since before the start of the season that you need to go into Red River undefeated if you're Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you win this game, you're going to do that because you got Kent State next. And I don't.
Yeah, they're the worst team probably in college football right now, or at least in FBS football. So it is what it is. But just kind of looking at it too. I mean, look, to me, like I said, I don't have a problem with people that do. I don't have a problem with people that don't. But the SEC seems to be a little different, that there's just a lot of chirping that goes back and forth, and it should be something that you expect. Now, you can take it to another level and like getting in his DMs and doing some of that stuff like we've heard happen. Every fan base has a bunch of dumbasses in them, but that go too far with everything. But that's not what we're talking about here. And I think for the most part, a lot of Oklahoma fans have said that they're not going to do that. And even in this show so far, you know what I mean? So I guess getting into the game though, when he was in Norman, we saw him is a lot more comfortable as a runner than he was a passer, talking about Jackson. So far at Auburn, that hadn't really changed a whole lot. Do you think he can run like he has against this Oklahoma defense after what you saw with them against Michigan?
I mean, can he? I think he can. Will he? Excuse me. I don't think he will. I would imagine Brent Venables, and this is the best defense by far he's faced, right? I mean, I agree with you. I think Baylor, it was a big win for Auburn because what it meant, going on the road, winning the season opener after especially what felt like a tumultuous or at least a loud off-season. And you saw you certainly saw the running ability there. So he's got the ability. I don't think he will run it at that clip. I think Jackson's probably a guy that's going to get his. You just have to contain him. But if you don't have balance, that's where you're going to run into issues. Now, they should have balance, right? I mean, with the wide receiver core they have, Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, those guys alone, that's going to be a big matchup on the outside. That's the one thing I think they have that Michigan did. Michigan didn't have the wideouts. They just didn't have the guys on the outside to make the big plays. And even if they do, those guys played really poorly in that game. A lot of drop passes. Give Oklahoma credit, obviously, but there were some balls that they just hit guys right in the hands. And
I think Bryce Underwood is fantastic too. I think he's going to be
he's going to be a dude for sure. He's going to be a dude. So, I think if you're Auburn, you have to find a way. I mean, obviously running the football is where you start first and foremost, but you have to find a way to be balanced. And their passing game really hasn't shown the ability, I think, to be, I think, as balanced as you'll need to be in this football game. Also, too, I mean, Jackson Arnold, I mean, you look back at the last two games, they've played non-competitive competition, essentially. I mean, now you're going into Norman against Brent Venables in a game where all this pressure is on you going back home. I just wonder where he is mentally. Like, I don't know if Jackson Arnold mentally is built to win this game. I know that might sound harsh, but I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen him do it.
It's a good question. I think it's a fair question, honestly.
I mean, I think the chess match between Brent Venables and Hugh Freeze, but certainly Brent Venables against Jackson Arnold. I mean, listen, Brent can say all the nice things he wants about the kid, and I respect it, and I'm sure he means it. But, yeah, when it comes to those 60 minutes between the white lines, I think we all understand what – I'm sure Brent –
he plans to wreak havoc on him.
You want to win the breakup, man. You want to win the breakup. Everybody does, right?
I saw you embarrassed saying that the other
week. Be like, I upgraded, right?
Yeah.
You want to be like, I'm the one that upgraded. So, I mean, I think defensively – it's kind of similar to the Michigan game where I trust Brent Venables to have a great game plan put together. A little bit of a different scenario. You're not facing a true freshman in his first start on the road against a Power 4 opponent, but you are facing a guy in Jackson Arnold that I think you can rattle. I do think you can rattle him. I think you can get to him.
Yeah.
Offensively, I mean, I will say I think it's another opportunity for Oklahoma's offensive line. Auburn's defensive front has been very, very active. I believe they lead the SEC in tackles for loss. They've got 11 sacks, which is tied for the lead. Keldrick Faulk's a monster on the edge. I mean, their front seven's pretty good. So it's going to be another test for the Oklahoma offensive line, who when I was there in person, I was pretty impressed with. I mean, I thought they did enough. I loved what I saw on that last drive. Obviously, we were able to actually put together a drive, run the football, put a game away. That was something that we couldn't fathom Oklahoma doing a season ago. So, and then there's John Mateer at the quarterback position. I mean, I think the biggest thing for John, just take care of the football and make smart decisions. Like I think that's the only thing you worry about is with him. The play can get a little bit. You want him to be him, but you don't want fun, erratic play to turn into reckless play where it's
Right.
he's forcing the issue or the
I think
ball's
that
hitting the ground.
it was one that, and here's where I'm at on it. The one interception, the two interceptions that he had prior to last week, I didn't really have a problem with because if you go back and look at it, he was keeping Deion Burks both times from running into death. You know what I mean? Getting him crushed. So he threw it behind him. They ended up picking it off. And the second one wasn't Burks. It was the other tight end that, oh man, I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, he threw it a back shoulder. And I think more than on that one, it was more, you got to be ready for the ball because it's coming. You know, he's going to throw to spaces, not just to players that are open already. He's going to throw to the open spot and have you come get it. So he threw that ball before he turned his head around. You got to get your head turned around. And he didn't quick enough. And, it caroms off and that's a pick. I don't have a huge problem with either one of those. Now, the one last week, obviously, you got Keontae Lewis crushed. I don't know how they call. I don't know how they called a targeting on R. Mason later in the game and didn't call targeting for that play because that was a head-to-head hit. It is what it is. But I just think it surprises me that they didn't overturn that as a targeting at the SEC offices and not. He'll miss the first half. Obviously in the game. But to me, I thought that was a pretty Bush League call, really. That being said, it is what it is. I think that the place that you do very well is in, their best position group is on that defensive line, interior and exterior. So I think that they've got plenty of guys to run out there. Last year, Milroe, when Alabama came to town, they tried to run Milroe and it didn't work out very well. So I have a hard time believing that Jackson's going to get too much going on the ground. I saw somebody from Auburn saying they were going to get 200-plus yards in rushing. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, if they do that, they'll win. I'll give them credit. If they do that,
they're going to win for sure.
Yeah, right? I don't see it either. I feel really confident about Oklahoma in this game. I do. One of my best bets of the week was Sooners -6.5. My final score prediction was, I forget exactly what it was, something like 31-20 or something like that. I think Oklahoma wins. I think they cover. Bottom line. I find myself saying the same thing I said about the Michigan game, where I just refuse to believe Oklahoma allows Jackson Arnold to walk into their house and beat them. I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, and if he does, it's one of those things where if he does, hey,
you got to tip your hat to him.
I'm not one that I'm not a Jackson Arnold hater, and I thought maybe. Sure. Seth Luttrell bailed on him a little early last year, and I mean the whole situation was a mess. So,
it was a mess.
Like
and
Brent
Seth was a mess.
Yes. I'm glad we both parties needed a fresh start, but still at the end of the day, you cannot let him walk in there and beat you. And again, if he does, I will really gain a new level of respect for Jackson Arnold. Not that it'll make Oklahoma fans feel any better, but yeah, I mean, you're right.
I think even some Oklahoma fans would have to tip their cap to him and say,
"This is a game where I do think there's more pressure on Oklahoma." I mean, I think the loser either way is going to freak out. It's just SEC football, right? I mean, SEC fans don't handle losing rather well, but there's more pressure to me if you're Oklahoma. I mean, you're the home team, you're favored. Your old quarterback is coming into your place. If you're Auburn, I kind of feel like you're more playing with house money a little bit. Like you're not supposed to win necessarily, or per Vegas, I should say. I don't think if you're Auburn, like especially if you lose a close one, I think it'd be kind of crazy to write off your season. You're done for. You're finished because you lost a road game in the SEC in a tough environment.
That's fair.
Oklahoma, the loss would hurt a lot more. And it'd be more so because of, because you still start 4-1. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Sooners would have signed up for a 4-1 start in the preseason, but it's the opportunity missed to be
Yeah.
5-0, like you said, going into Red River, and
Well, and
this one would
your
sting a
second
little
half
extra.
schedule is crazy too. I mean,
Yeah.
you after Kent State, you've got Red River, then you're on the road the next week at South Carolina, then you got Tennessee at home, or no, Ole Miss at home, then Tennessee on the road, then Bama,
Mhm.
then Mizzou, and then you host LSU. I mean, that's a freaking murderer's row. And we don't want to get too far into that, but if you don't go in there undefeated, at least, and I feel like Oklahoma's got a great chance of beating Texas this year. I mean, with the way they look right now, you
Mhm.
better. Um, but you never know what's going to happen at that game either. By the way, you just never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need to leave yourself some room to catch an L somewhere, because you got to go to Neyland, and that we know is as crazy as it was this last week, and we know that they can put up points. Now I don't know if they can, if they're going to do the same thing against Oklahoma, but and I feel like this defense is the reason why I feel so good about where OU's at this year, is that defense being able to do what it can do.
Yeah, I think the
Um,
defense is elite. I really do. The defense, to me, at all three levels,
yep.
really impressive. I mean, I love the way they fly around. Like the energy and the intensity and the passion they play with is what I noticed against Michigan. Like it's just
So
they've
Brent
got an
Venables
edge.
defense, man. It's a Brent Venables defense.
They've got an edge, man. I mean, it helps when you have really good players too. But they've got an edge. They're confident. They've got that swagger. They've got that intensity. Like I said, and now you got an offense to actually complement it, where you're not putting yourself in horrific situations.
Yeah.
Backing your defense up or putting them in their own territory, whatever. You got some balance as a football team. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's a big game. There's nobody needs to spend any extra time, I think, hyping this one up. And I'll be honest with you, Jason, admittedly, like I said, I'm excited for my trip to Como. I do wish I could be in
Yeah.
two places at once. Um,
Yeah.
I
Right.
do. Listen, when I went to Norman, it worked out perfectly. I wouldn't change a thing about it. But
Sure.
yeah, I mean, the Palace on the Prairie, like you said, it's gonna be rocking yet again. So I know it's
Well, something tells me you might end up being back later in the year anyway. So it could
yeah,
be
yeah. Listen, yeah,
one of them
that's a very
deals.
good chance. I mean, listen, I mean, I already confirmed it. I'm going to be seeing Oklahoma fans in a few weeks because we're going to be going to Dallas for the Red River Shootout. So, and I
Nice.
mean, my first time experiencing that. So I've heard so many great things about it.
Yeah.
I've heard so many great things about it. So really, really looking forward to it.
I'm glad that somebody from outside of the rivalry itself is going to get to experience it like that, because
Yeah,
I think a lot of people write that off as it's not as big as the Iron Bowl, it's not as big as this or that, or it's not as big as the Egg Bowl. I would put it up against anybody. When you see it, you understand that it's insane.
that's what everybody's been telling me. So because
It's insane.
I'll admit to you, like I haven't been like a huge neutral site game guy. Like I'm always like I'd
Right.
rather a game be on campus,
Yeah, I get
but
that.
I've just heard that one is
This one's different. This
very
one's
special.
definitely different, right? I mean, I don't know if you've been to the cocktail party or not.
So
Um,
last year was my first time, and
oh,
I,
okay,
that one was listen. That was cool. That was really cool. But
right.
I've heard this is different.
It's definitely different. Yeah, it's definitely different. And I think, but I don't know. Listen, I haven't been to the cocktail party, so I'm not going to badmouth it. And I know I could have just imagined what the Iron Bowl's like. You know what I mean? But to me, this is. I mean, you want to talk about hate? It doesn't get any more hateful than that one. I don't care what anybody says. It does not get any more hateful than Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, the matchup is. I think the matchup is obviously we're talking about Jackson anyway, but that's where it's at. John Mateer coming in leading the SEC for sure at 944 passing yards. He's got 5 touchdowns to those 3 picks, but he's also had out of his 15 starts in the FBS, he's got 14 games where he's had at least 1 touchdown on the ground and 1 through the air. That's a huge stat in a game like this. He's going to be able to. You don't obviously want him to get hurt either, but to me, I don't think you can change who he is. I think that's what makes him a dangerous passer, is his ability to get out of the pocket, kind of move around, doing that kind of stuff. Um, I really feel like the edge definitely has to go to Mateer on this, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely give it to John Mateer. Um, I I think just a more dynamic playmaker. Honestly, I mean, I think that I
Yeah,
trust him more. I mean, Jackson Jackson does some good things, especially on the ground, but like I said, I just really haven't seen it through the air from him. Now, again, he's got his opportunity. maybe he
He's
proved
got good
me wrong.
receivers, man. It concerns me
Oh,
on
he's
that
got
end.
the receivers, no question.
But
Yeah,
you got to
and
see him do it.
I think John Mateer's got the weapons too. I mean, I love what I've seen from Deion Burks. Obviously, that dude's a stud. I think
Yeah.
Satania has been pretty good out of the portal.
He has.
Kanak, the tight end, has been a lot of fun to watch. So he's
He's
got
leading all tight ends in the country, even, which is wild coming from a linebacker, right?
yeah, yeah. No, he's been great. So no, listen, I definitely give the edge to John Mateer here. Man, it was so much fun watching him in person work against Michigan. And like I said, biggest thing for him, take care of the football, be smart. But
Sure.
as a guy, you just got to take the reins off, let him go, play his game, and trust him. And typically the result, I think, is going to be pretty good. Mateer's he's an electric factory. So, yeah, I definitely give the edge to John.
Right on, right on. Well, let's go around the league a little bit. Where are you at on this Florida deal? That I was kind of weirded out by that game last week. It felt like LSU certainly has their own little issues as well. With you get 5 turnovers and you only put 20 on. There's something going on there, and of course, Brian Kelly loses his shit after the game on that. For being asked the question, which I thought was great. But do you think that if they go in and lose this weekend in Miami, is Billy out of there?
I don't think they'll make a midseason firing. I could be wrong. And, I mean, listen, it would line up well to do it because, I mean, they have a bye week after Miami, and it's obviously the week leading into the Texas game. And at that point, I mean,
Right.
especially if they lose and they lose badly. Still, though, I think after what happened last year with the turnaround they had, I think one thing that's for sure certain, this team will not quit on Billy Napier. I mean, we saw that a season ago. So I don't think they make a midseason firing. I think they will wait until the end of the season to do so. But, yeah, things are getting ugly. I mean, it's DJ Lagway throwing 5 interceptions against LSU. They just see the play calling still a major issue, the dysfunction, the disorganization still a major issue for the Gators. So, yeah, I mean, it's I think it's as bad as people are making it out to be, really, truly. To think that you're staring down the barrel of a 1-3 start is just crazy to think with all the hype and the preseason expectations and what we thought they could be. So, yeah, we'll see what Florida's able to do in this one against Miami. I mean, this is a huge game. Obviously, anytime you're playing somebody from your state, those interstate battles, it's a big deal, even bigger deal than some of the other ones. Yeah, I mean, the spread, I will say to Donald's point in the comments, is really interesting. Only 7.5, because I think you could argue Miami's the hottest team in college football, if not one of the hottest, with the way Carson Beck's playing, and I think the defense has been a lot better. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because this Gators team has talent. There's a disconnect, obviously, and I think the disconnect we look at and we know who it is, and it starts with the head coach. And so, do you give Billy the opportunity to rebound and right the ship and get this thing back on track? I mean, he did it last year, so probably, but I think we all are in understanding what needs to happen. I mean, listen, the problem isn't you lost to LSU on the road 20-10. That game was ugly. You hate to see DJ Lagway play as poorly as he did. It's going to be impossible to get past that USF game at home. It's just going to be impossible. I don't know how you can overcome losing that USF game. Like, I think that's the one. Even if you turn this thing around and you went 9-3 this year, like one of those 3 losses to South Florida in the swamp, I just don't know how you can look at it and really feel good about the fact, hey, this is our guy moving forward. This is the guy that's going to get us to where we want to go. So we're kind of delaying the inevitable, if you will. Maybe if they lose by a wide enough margin, maybe they make a move, but I tend to think they're going to wait till end of season. I think I lost your audio, Jason. I think I might have lost your audio. Make sure it's not on my end. No, I don't think it's on my end.
Can you hear me?
There
now?
we go. Now I got you.
I don't know what just happened, but all right. Yeah. So as far as I don't know, man. Here's the thing. My biggest question is do you not want to jump out in front of this? And if you think that DJ Lagway is going to leave, and here's my question. Where I've been thinking about it is I don't understand that they couldn't get him healthy all off season. I mean, he didn't play in the spring because of health. Apparently he had the hernia that nobody knew about last year. no springtime. He didn't start practicing until the last week of fall camp. So you really didn't get any development there. And I mean, he had 1,900 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 9 picks last year. If I'm him, I don't know that this next game ain't my last one if we get smoked and maybe he doesn't go into the portal or, just to, get that red shirt year back and get healthy.
Yeah, I mean, we are in that era of college football where you have to worry about that kind of stuff. Is a kid going to bail out early and weigh his options? And I know that DJ Lagway is kind of tied to Billy Napier, but I don't think you allow that to stop you from making a move. If you know you don't have the right guy as your head coach,
right?
You just got to make the move, and whatever happens, and you go from there, and you kind of figure it out, right? You let the parachute catch you on the way down, type of deal. So, I mean, and here's the thing: it's not like DJ Lagway's lighting the world on fire right now. I mean,
right. I mean, he had 5 interceptions. I was surprised that they didn't put him on the bench and just bring somebody in just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. 5 picks in a game. So I mean, it's no. I mean, here's the thing: could I see them making the move in the bye week? I mean, it would make sense. It would make sense. I mean, their next bye week is after Mississippi State, the week before the Georgia game, October 25th. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think firing Billy is going to spark this football team and lead to improved results down the stretch? I don't know, but
I don't either.
Then again, it gives you, like you said, it gives you the jump on the entire season moving forward, being able to, vet out candidates. But again, at the same time, it's like, what's the point? Like, they're not going to leave midseason.
No, of course not. But you could get it in a plan in place to go. And here's where I'm at. I was saying this about Oklahoma State, obviously, with Gundy. I think, obviously, if they lose to Tulsa this weekend, his ass is probably going to get shot out of a cannon. But that being said, I don't know. To me, if you're Oklahoma State, and it's not the same with Florida, but if they think they're going to go and get, so I keep hearing Lane Kiffin's name come up again. I don't, and I want to get your opinion on this, but I don't see Lane as really being that eager to leave anywhere. And maybe Florida is good enough. I think if he leaves, it'd be like if Alabama doesn't work out for Kalen DeBoer, maybe he takes it now since he's not following Nick, right?
Well,
I think he's got a great thing going at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I've got some pretty good intel on both of those situations. We're not in the breaking news business, per sources business. This is just, when you do what we do, you do run into some folks who know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
I've got a couple folks I've talked to at Florida that have essentially told me that Scott Strickland, the athletic director there, has made it clear that Lane Kiffin has not been and will never be on his short list of candidates. And I have no idea why. I don't know if there's something personal there, but that Lane Kiffin will not be on his short list, which is crazy. I agree with you. It's crazy. I don't know if Lane would take it, but to not even have him as a candidate, not even offer it to him,
well, is he not looking to get fired too, or does the basketball team help him not? What I mean?
That's the thing. If and when Billy Napier's fired, you do wonder do they keep Scott Strickland around? I mean, the fan base hates him. The fan base hates Scott Strickland. So, and I mean, he's done. I mean, here's the issue you run into, Jason, because they've got a great baseball program. They just won a national title in basketball, right? So it's not like he's just done an awful job, but you and I both know football is king. And so it's like you've missed on back-to-back coaches, or you've missed on multiple coaches on the gridiron. That's what people judge you off of. So unless something changes or he gets fired, I don't think Lane Kiffin will end up in Gainesville. And then just really quickly, the Bama thing. I got buddies of mine that give a lot of money to Bama that, again, know people at Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Unless something drastically changes from the last I heard, Lane Kiffin will never be
he's not really a candidate there.
Lane Kiffin will never be the head coach at Alabama. And it's because of, listen, I love Lane. You love Lane.
Yeah. Oh no,
we all know
needle. I mean,
but we all know Lane is a little bit of a wild card behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Joey Freshwater, that type of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So apparently, when he was in Tuscaloosa, I think he rubbed a few people the wrong way to a point to where I don't. Again, maybe if things got bad enough with Kalen DeBoer, they would get desperate enough to say, hey, like, we don't care anymore. We don't care what you did while you were here. We just want to win. I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but just based off what I had heard, he didn't even get a call when Saban stepped down, from what I heard. He didn't even get a call. So, and that was on purpose.
Yeah, it feels like they had their guy right away. I think they might have called Sark.
Yeah.
But
and I'll say this,
just to gauge it.
Kiffin's in the perfect spot, Knox. I mean, he's the king of that
That's
city.
my thing.
The expectations are manageable.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be kind of crazy for him to leave.
Well, he has as many 10-win seasons as the rest of the coaching, the rest of the past coaches combined, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he'll probably leave as the best one, maybe not the best coach, but one of the best coaches in school history.
Right. Absolutely. And and like you said, their expectations are manageable. Now, once you start getting to that point where you're winning 10 over and over again and you're not winning a natty, then if you don't win one at some point, it could get sticky at some point. But it's not going to be like going to Florida where, listen, not for nothing, but Dan Mullen goes to the SEC championship game one year and the next year he's out, So it's one of those jobs that, you got to be kind of careful with what you're doing. And the thing is, 10 years ago, of course he'd go for that job. Of course he'd go for Florida. Of course he'd go for any job that he could get that was a big job. But he's also already had that big job, and it didn't go well for him. You know what I mean? With USC. So that's my feeling on that. But kind of getting around the country, Clemson at 1-2, Notre Dame at 0-2. What are your thoughts about those two programs? And which one do you think could bounce back, or will they both bounce back?
I probably have a little more faith in Notre Dame to bounce back. I think Notre Dame, you just look at their schedule coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
Two tough games. I mean, Miami, you lose at the buzzer, essentially, and A&M, you lose at the buzzer, right? So, two high-quality opponents. I think Notre Dame can bounce back. I think their schedule is manageable enough. I still like the roster. Jeremiah Love's a freak at the running back position. They got to shore some things up, obviously, defensively, badly. But I trust them more. Clemson, they have looked awful, especially offensively. Like, Cade Klubnik has taken a major step back. They're completely lost on the offensive side. I mean, dude, they were down, 16-0 at Troy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
at home.
So, and not that it even matter where that game was played, but at home. So, I mean,
and
I'm hitting the panic button.
I agree with you. Dabo, saying what he said in the press conference yesterday. I mean, come on.
That was peak Dabo. I mean, it's he's I mean, dude, here's the thing. And I Clemson fans will make this point, and I hear what they're saying. I think they're right.
Mm-hmm.
Dabo set the standard there. Best is the standard. Like all these things he said. And then he wants to get upset. Why are people so upset? Like, look at what we've done. You set the standard, and now you're not living up to it, and you're using your past successes as some cop-out. And you're gaslighting the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they want me to leave, they can run me out of town. Like, what a just entitled, ignorant thing to say. Like, really, truly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like y'all are 3-0 and you're just not winning by enough and people are pissed off. Brother, you're 1-2 and you almost lost to Troy. People have a right to be upset and a little irritated with the guy making $12 million a year to have his team playing at a higher level than that.
Especially it's not like you're having to go through the gauntlet all the time either.
It's crazy, man. It's nuts. It is such an entitled, spoiled, just holier than thou, which is Dabo, holier than thou approach. I mean, come on, man. So,
Did he lie, though, Sharp says? Bro, did he lie?
He didn't like he has a great track record and he has a great success. But this is a what have you done for me lately business. Are you really going to flex? are you really going to flex winning the ACC last year? Brother, you went 9-3 in the regular season. You went
Yeah.
0-4 against the SEC last year. Like, congrats, you backdoored your way into the playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, what, like, come on, man. Like, and again, he's the one that set the standard for Clemson fans. He's the one that set the standard of winning national titles, getting to the playoff, making a run in the playoff. So I thought that quote was crazy, to be honest with you, but they got bigger issues. Those bigger issues are on the field. So here's the problem, though. If you're Clemson, he could keep losing. Bro, you're held hostage. He's essentially telling you, what y'all going to do, fire me? I won 2 national titles. You ain't going to fire me. And they're not.
A lot of money, too, so he
That's
can
the
do
guy,
that, right? Yeah.
You don't speak that way, Jason, unless you know my job security is 1,000%. Like, this program would never touch me.
There's no way they
never touch me.
There's no way they fire him. I mean,
no, you can't. You can't fire a legend. You can't. I get it. You cannot fire a legend. You cannot do it. No. But I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised they're 1-2, and I'm surprised just how bad they've looked. But I thought they were overrated coming in. I mean, because I was like, when did we? I even asked the question in the preseason. When did we all decide all of a sudden that Clemson's elite again? I mean, when did this happen? What did I miss? I mean, I know the roster has a lot of talent on it, a ton of talent, but like it's the same kind of the same roster from last year that went 9-3. So I mean, what strides did they make over the course of a single offseason? I mean, yeah, I think Clemson's in trouble. I think this could. I mean, at this point, I don't even know that they make the ACC title game. That Georgia Tech team is really good, by the way. That Georgia Tech team, I think, could be one of the representatives in there. And obviously, it looks like Miami right now. Yeah, I mean, Clemson might be going to the Music City Bowl down the street from me. I think the ACC plays in that.
I think they do too.
Whatever ball. Yeah, I don't think playoff is in this team's future. So it's it's going to be a long year down there in the Palmetto State. Hey, for both Clemson and South Carolina, I think.
The next thing I was going to bring up is South Carolina. I mean, what a big lot. I mean, look, I have not been one of the people that's been high on them. I think that when you lose as much of that defense as they lost last year, which is really what carried them as far as it did, and then you haven't seen, as much as I like Lenoris, you haven't seen him take over football games. You just haven't seen him do it. And even it didn't look good last week before he got hurt. I just didn't think he was playing that well. And Pavia obviously is just, he's a killer, man. That kid's a killer. Love watching him play. But I don't know. Where do you feel like they're as strong as what everybody was kind of talking about coming into the season?
Jason, I said at SEC Media Days, I said it in the preseason for all who would listen. I thought South Carolina was the most overrated team in the country coming into the season. I really did. I just
my own heart.
I just and listen, it's not because I don't think Lenoris Sellers is an incredible talent. He is. It's what's around him. And
yeah,
if you know anything about South Carolina football, death taxes and the offensive line being a deficiency.
Oh,
and now we've gotten to the point too, death taxes and fans wanting the offensive coordinator's head. And that's where Mike Shula has been bad. Like, he has been really bad as their OC. The numbers reflect it, right?
They do.
But here's the issue. You got a guy in Lenoris Sellers who, coming into this season, has an offensive line that still isn't very good, a brand new running back room trying to replace Rocket Sanders, a brand new tight end room trying to replace Joshua Simon, who was your top pass catcher from a season ago, a wide receiver room with no proven SEC weapons, no wide receiver one, and a brand new offensive coordinator. How in the world did people think all of that, put all that together, how was that going to spit out an offense that could compete in this league on a week-in, week-out basis? Oh, by the way, on the other side of the football, a lot of talent back, but you lost 6 of your front 7. Mm-hmm. And you lost one of the best safeties in the league in Nick Ebenwari. Like, Jason, sometimes I just think we don't sit down and really think about it. We don't really think about it. And I got to be honest, this is a South Carolina program. I grew up in the Palmetto State, Jason.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, this is a South Carolina program that they don't reload like the top dogs do. They don't
No.
reload like Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma when it's right, Texas when it's right. They
Mhm.
don't reload like that, you know? So when they lose a guy like a Kyle Kennard off the edge, that's something we need to take a little bit more seriously. Like we need to like really acknowledge that's going to be tough to replace. I mean, I picked Carolina to go 7-5 in the preseason, and I was called a hater, a doubter, a whatever, a
Yeah.
skeptic, whatever it was. And they
I
might
think
not
they're
even
right on track for it. I think they're right on track for it. They didn't
yeah, they're
when
on
they didn't
and
put
they might not even
Virginia
hit it.
Tech away, when they didn't put Virginia Tech away forever, I mean, it was 10-8 going into the fourth quarter at a neutral site. The next week, Vandy goes in there and just blisters them in their house. I'm like, oh, bro,
Yeah.
something. And I just didn't think it looked good then.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll tell you this: if and I don't think Sellers is going to be out for an extended period because I mean it's a concussion, right? He'll be back at some point.
Sure.
But that team without Lenora Sellers, that team might go like if you take Lenora Sellers off that team, Jason, they're probably going 4-8,
Mhm.
high key. I mean, Sellers, they are a football team that Sellers has to carry them. Like he has to make those
He hasn't shown that he
crazy.
can do that. That's what I kept saying, though. He has not shown that he can do that. And when your defense is no longer, like you said, Kyle Kennard's gone. Now you can double team the other side.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can. They
yeah.
kept
Oh,
telling
yeah.
me, "Oh no, you don't know how many of those guys played last year." I don't care. That fucked with your depth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's. I mean, listen, they still have talent on the defensive side, but also too, like you don't have an offense that gives your football team balance. You know, so yeah, I mean, I think they're in a world of hurt, man, and the schedule's brutal. You know, obviously
It
the
is.
game we're going to this weekend, they'll be at Mizzou. I mean, I think the
Without Lenoris, Mizzou probably boogers them up, right?
blows them out. I think without Lenoris, Mizzou is going to just crush them. I mean, I have no doubts. I don't think it matters, though. I think whether Lenora Sellers plays or doesn't play, I think Missouri's winning that football game. I mean, I will say the spread has actually come down a little bit. It got up to 12.5. It's now down to 11.5. So people are,
They're
have
betting
some
it the other
faith
way.
that the Gamecocks can keep it close. I mean, listen, it would be so peak South Carolina to go out there and not only keep it close, but find a way to pull the upset and win the football game. But, like, when you look at where South Carolina is and you look at the momentum Missouri's playing with, and I know it's against some inferior competition, and then what do you think of Kansas? But, like, man, their offense is just
Hardy's a stud.
yeah.
And Bo
Dude,
Perbula's
Ahmad
been
Hardy's
good
a
too.
freak. Yeah, and Bo Perbula's been really good for them. I mean, you gotta imagine Mizzou's going to score at least 30. Unless they're turning the football over, they're probably going to hit 30 points.
Yeah.
What on God's green earth gives you any confidence South Carolina can go out there and score 30 points? I mean, I just none
No.
at all. You know,
They didn't do it with him. They didn't do it
with
with him.
Sellers or without him. Certainly without him, they
Mhm.
can't. But with him,
No.
even with him, I just again, it was always about for me the doubt came from. And here's the thing, Jason. I thought the 7-5 was going to be, hey, I think the team's still going to be pretty good. The ball is just going to not bounce their way like it did in some games last year because it's just the SEC and it's tough for that to happen year after year after year.
Mhm.
I didn't know they would look that bad or this bad, if you will. I did not see a 24-point loss to Vanderbilt incoming, but it's just where they are right now. And you got to give the Doors credit, man. They looked really, really good in that game.
Yeah. I mean, man, I'm a big fan of Diego Pavia anyway.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this it's just been fun to watch him get after it. And anytime, I mean, Vandy's been so bad for so long. I mean, you kind of have to root for him. You know, I think that they look good. Let's talk about Texas. This is Oklahoma show. We have to trash Texas a little bit from this angle. What are you thinking of? What are you seeing there in Austin with Arch? I mean, they struggled with UTEP. He had 104 passing yards. Just,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's ugly. I mean, I mean, this
Uh-huh.
Texas team, if they struggle again against Sam Houston, they're going to win, right? But
sure.
I joked with somebody, if they struggle against Sam Houston, that game between Texas and Florida, that might be to see who goes to a bowl game. Nothing more. You know, it's tough, man, because I'm like, you can only go off what you've seen on the field. So, like, I believe in my heart of hearts, like, hey, there's no way Arch is going to be this bad all season. But he's done it back-to-back games, and he got worse from the San Jose State game.
Bro.
So, talking to those
All you
Texas
gotta do is put 3 high safeties up there, and all of a sudden he don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, talking to those Texas folks, I mean, they're unraveling. I mean, it was complete dysfunction on the offense from top to bottom, coaching, play calling, execution, etc. Not a whole lot of positive right now. I mean, again, you're doing this against inferior competition. So, like, here's the thing. If you go out there this weekend and you don't, I mean, even if you go win by 70, it don't really solve anything. You're not drawing conclusions, but you at least need it for your psyche. You at least need it for your mental. Because if you go into the bye week and you haven't been able to put any numbers up against anybody, I mean, I come from the baseball world, right? Like, it's equated to baseball. Brother, if you can't hit in non-conference, what on God's green earth makes you think you're going to step out there in the SEC against the best of the best and the light's going to click? It's not. It's not. So, like, if you go out there again, struggle again on offense, why should we go into the Florida game thinking anything other than you got to win this game like 10-7?
Almost feels like both teams could lose that game.
Right. I mean, it's just so. Yeah, I don't know if Arch is hurt. I don't know if he's got the yips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's just so deep mentally in his head that I don't know. I really genuinely don't know, because some of the throws he's making, it's disgusting. It's absolutely just disgusting to watch in the worst possible way. So, yeah, Texas has got real issues, man. The Sam Houston game, it's just fascinating from a standpoint of what does Arch do? What does the offense do? I mean, they're 39.5-point favorites. At this point, like, I almost think you have to bet on Sam Houston. Until I see it from Texas, I mean.
Well, yeah, for the spread anyway. Yeah, they haven't covered the spread the last 2 weeks.
No.
Against truly inferior competition, no doubt. And I mean, they're supposed to win by 40.5 last week, and they win by 17.
Yeah, it's been ugly. I mean, listen, here's the good news. The good news for Texas, the defense is elite.
I don't know that it is. Here's the question I have about that, though. Just stay with me here for a second. It's not like you were playing really good offenses. Even last year, they didn't play a good offense until they got to the playoff, really. Other than Georgia can do what they can do, but they weren't going up against it. They ended up giving up over 500 yards to Arizona State. They gave up 400 to Clemson. They were less than 400 against Ohio State, but they didn't put up any points there. So, to me, you look at that Ohio State game even, and I get it that they've got the best offensive player in the country without a doubt, probably the best player, period. But you've got a new quarterback, new lineman, new running backs. Oh, and guess what? A brand new play caller, too, that's never called plays before. And they knew, I mean, seemed to me like they were not going to put that ball into danger whatsoever once they got the lead, because they knew that they weren't going to score on them. So have you really faced a team that's at its full throttle? No, you haven't. I don't know that it's an elite defense at this point. I think that they've got good players. I like Michael Taft. I think that Anthony Hill's fantastic. Colin Simmons has been on a milk carton. He hadn't done anything. It makes me wonder.
You make valid points. I'll say it's the strength of the football team. I mean, that's kind of it has to be. So I will say, I think you have a defense that will keep you in every single game. But yeah, I mean, if they can't get it going offensively, they're. I mean, it's going to be a long.
It'll be like it was for Oklahoma last year.
I mean, if Oklahoma and Texas play this weekend,
oh Lord,
I'd have no question. I mean, it'd be no question.
Sure.
I mean, Oklahoma easily. So yeah, I mean, Texas is.
Well, and we saw this from OU last year. If you can't generate some offense, it doesn't matter how good your defense is anyway.
You got to have balance. I agree. You got to have balance as a football team. At some point, your defense is going to break. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. All right, man. Well, let's see. That's pretty much it. I was, been talking about this stuff, but I just wanted to see. Basically, I did want you to come in and talk about the "Is it okay to boo?" Is that
Yeah.
part of the SEC
Hey,
handbook?
boo
I
away.
think
Boo
it
away,
is.
guys. Boo
I think
away.
do it away too. Hey,
Boo your hearts out. Do it. Why not? I mean, again, you booed him in an OU jersey, so what's
yeah, exactly. That was the
no,
best.
I say boo away, keep it respectful. I know Oklahoma fans will. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with some good old jeering and booing and trash talk. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm
Sure.
all for it. It's what makes the game fun. I mean, heck, we like to say the beauty's in the banter, man. So bring it on,
That's part of it.
Yeah, it'd be weirder if they gave him a standing ovation, like we said earlier. So
Yeah, I
have
kind
it.
of think so too. I kind of think so too. Well,
Yeah.
tell everybody how to find you, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. It's been a blast.
Yeah, Jason, I appreciate the opportunity, man. Yeah, we're at SEC Unfiltered, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where we get your content on socials, podcast and YouTube at SEC Unfiltered, of course, and our website, secunfiltered.com. And like I mentioned, we're on the road every weekend. Norman was a blast. Can't say thank you enough again for all the hospitality, and the experience was absolutely incredible, one that I'll never forget. We're at Como this weekend for Mizzou, South Carolina, and highly encourage folks to stay tuned. We got a lot of exciting stuff in the works at SEC Unfiltered in regards to expansion, scaling, etc. So, now, Jason, it's a great time, man. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
Hey, man. Yeah, you're welcome to come on anytime, man. We get a little crazy on this show, especially when we get a bunch of guys together. But it's a lot of fun. But hey, man, appreciate you coming on again, and welcome back anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime.
Jason, we'll definitely do it again soon, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one.
We'll talk, man. Later.
All right, bud. Man, appreciate my guy Chris for coming in. Make sure you guys get over there and check it out at SEC Unfiltered. Oh yeah, I'll get you in touch with him. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. And you know what? You talk about a guy that, and being a content creator. This guy did it kind of the same way. I talked to him a little bit at the tailgate for Michigan, and kind of the same type of deal that we go through. This is his I think his 5th year. He said. And they've blown up, so killing it over there at SEC Unfiltered. Him and the crew over there, they do a great job. So yeah, make sure you're over there and become a subscriber if you have not already. Texas boy, you got to stop, bro. You're in here talking weird shit. Wow, that's awesome. Respect to those guys, man. And yeah, he definitely made amazing content whenever he was out there in Norman. He does a good job with that. I thought it was cool, that stuff there that he did at last week at the Tennessee Georgia game, because he was showing as being up in the stands, he was way up there, and everybody thought where they were at that he had made that field goal at the end that would have won the game for Tennessee, and it was crickets right after that. So pretty good stuff, man. Good work by him. All right. Let me get into some of these comments that some of you guys are having. What are you saying? Let's see. Hey, Brinsky, you tell me, come on. I made the argument. You're gonna challenge the argument. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I lied. Tell me where I lied about that with the offense or with the defense and that Ohio State offense. Did they really get tested? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Tell me where I was wrong. Good elite, good, not elite. And again, I think that they've got good players, but I haven't seen anything. That's exactly what I said. Week 1, brand new quarterback, line, running backs, play caller, and Arch and Sark were not putting up points. So I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah. If they keep playing like this, absolutely. Absolutely. I would agree. Arnold was Tennessee and Mizzou's MVP. Good riddance. Boomer. Marshall Jenkins. See, that's the feeling. And look, I understand what Jen Kane was talking about when she came in here earlier about not booing him, that we should focus on our own team. I don't remember the last time that Oklahoma fans didn't. I don't remember the last time that Oklahoma fans didn't boo the opposition. I just don't. What did you say? Oh, good. Well, now we have the receipt twice. Bishop Frank, did you get this? Make sure you get this. Yeah. There you go. Definitely conservative. Definitely conservative. 24-3 and what? Which game are you picking there, Mars? Is that for this one? Yeah, good. That's all right. Glad the human turnover machine is gone. Let's see. Ryman Lemon. Texas 26 is Oklahoma 25. Good defense with no chance of scoring against, or 25 versus 24, you mean? Is that what you mean? Let's played shortstop, best position in sports. 10 points is all they had. You know, that dude just didn't get it. It's not even about that. It's not even about that. Oh, yeah, Oklahoma, Bama score. Yeah. And there it is. Is Tess still in there? I was gonna see. True that for life. Your boy in the comments talk shit. Yeah. I mean, especially when you back it up with the games that they've just played against trash FBS football teams, a group of fives. They were favored to win by 37.5 against San Jose State. They were favored to win by 40.5 against UTEP. They didn't cover either game. That's wild. You know, it's wild. They don't look good. I don't care what you say. They don't look good. You know, there's no way that standard is a standard. Yeah, listen. And the thing is like you're gonna the idea that after 2 years of doing anything whatsoever, that all of a sudden they're just the next Alabama, like we've heard, was just, it's wild to me. It's wild to me. What'd you say, Duke? Yeah, there you go. Oklahoma's defense gave up more to Michigan at home in week 2 than Texas gave up on the road at Ohio State in week 1, and UM had a true freshman quarterback. What? They gave up one run to Michigan. Aside from that one run at the first play of the second half, David, they averaged 2 yards a carry. They didn't even get to 200 total yards. What are you talking about? Let them talk. Yeah, let them talk. The War Chickens 10. I mean, what are we talking about? And they had a freshman quarterback, a true sophomore, I guess, or a redshirt freshman is what he was, playing his first game. And they were still able to go out and score on you. Come on, bro. It's not a big flex, man. I got to tell you, it's not a big flex, especially when you back it up by not covering against 2 really bad football teams. Really bad football teams. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that before, D-Max. But you know who they're not as bad as? You know who they're not as bad as? UTEP. And you let them come into your house and stay within 17. You didn't get your 14th point until 1 second was left in the first half. Yeah, Come on, bro. Come on. Let's get into reality. Let's get into some reality. Oh, you guys are a trip. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. And Oklahoma hadn't even played their best game either, but they're not playing like that. Auburn should be ranked number 12. They'd curb stomp Texas with how bad Arch looks. They would. I don't think that they'd right now. I don't know that I would have Texas beating anybody in the SEC right now. If they're playing like they did last week, who the hell are they going to beat? Maybe Kentucky. They've done that 2 years in a row before. Mm-hmm. And there you go. Thank you, Duke. You are the man. You are the man. Man, we got 361 people in here from Twitter. On Twitter, folks, if you're watching this on Twitter, come over, become a subscriber, hit the like button. It helps us a ton. I'm not monetized on Twitter. It would be great. Pop in here and check us out on YouTube. It's at CFB-pod. I'm going to put it in the... We got a bunch of people in here watching. There's been 1,200 views on Twitter. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Come over and become a subscriber, man. We'd appreciate it. Be great. All right. Top 5 O-line and top 5 wide receivers to throw to when they got it. And Arnold isn't a freshman like Underwood. That's true. But we'll see. Hey, what's up there? Showtime. Appreciate you, man. If it ain't even Texas week and they coming in here trying to get it started. Oh, they do it every week on this show. If you want to talk trash to Texas fans, you will have a chance every time you come on to a Hall of Fame college football show. Every time. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Oh, glazing. Just glazing, right? But I'll tell you, shout out to Chris Marler, too. He's from Fourth and Wrong, and he does, I think he's living in Baton Rouge now, but he still does Locked On South Carolina. But when he was on with that SEC pod the other day, cousin Mike, he was ripping Texas and Texas media. It was great. Loved it. Good question. I'm guessing PJ, right? Let me see. It's got to be PJ, right? Yep. PJ's who they've had him listed behind him all year, so it's gonna be PJ. But I mean, you might see a little bit of Wyatt Gilmore. My guess is Taylor Wine is going to get to play quite a bit as well. I don't know. I mean, again, it's a lot of rotation on the D line, man, all over. Mm-hmm. Hugh's hot seat will be blazing by the end of the season. Yeah, I don't know what I think about about Auburn overall. I think we'll find out more. I wasn't super impressed with them. Obviously, last week they probably should have blown South Alabama out. But I mean, look, the thing that I think is their biggest problem at Auburn is their secondary. You know, I said they smell like homeless butt out there, or homeless shelter butt. So it is what it is. I think that they look, you know, Feinbaum was shaking when he shook Arch's hand. Yeah. Oh, D-Max, poor fella. PJ, he was. Texas fans say they don't care, but then they put OU sucks on their Jumbotron. Yeah, I don't do the rent-free thing, but everyone acts so surprised about Kanik killing it at tight end. Can we really call Kanik a linebacker when he played offense until he got to OU? Hey, Brew, on this, I'm with you. And we've been and on this channel, we've been calling for him to play tight end for 2 years. Really, we have. So I don't think that it's a nice surprise to see that he picked it up so quick. But I tell you what, if you go back and watch his film from high school, go back and watch Jaren Kanik's film from high school. And I know it's high school, but tell me another high school film you've ever seen that has that many 50-yard plus touchdowns by anybody. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. I just felt like he was going to be that guy that if you get him in a position to where he can, excel, he seems like he's completely comfortable at the position, which you never saw him be at linebacker. I think Jaren Kanik is, right now he leads the country for tight ends in receptions and yards. Killing it. Giovanni Gibson is cleared, apparently, is what I just saw. I think he may be cleared for this week. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one. I want to check and make sure. I saw it on Twitter and I haven't had anybody. I've asked a couple of people, but nobody's confirmed it just yet. But hey man, Giovanni gives another dimension of unstoppable. Mateers, he's got a wealth of in Jackson Arnold's defense, he wishes he had the same kind of weapons around him last year. You know what I mean? But not that he would have thrown it to him. Anyway. Oh, they will. They will. Man, I don't even hate on the Mannings so much, but I think that's hilarious that TP says that all the time. It's hilarious. His grandfather's a bum. His uncles are bums. He's a bum. I think he's good to go. He was talking to the media this week. He didn't seem like he was starry-eyed or anything. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Texas window closed. I was quoting you last night, Duke. I was quoting you last night when you were talking about that. Criminal, they didn't win at least one in the past 2 years. Quite hilarious considering their roster. Yeah. And that's what we were saying before the season, that you can't lose 25 guys to the damn draft in 2 years and it not have an effect on you. And it does have. And that's the other reason that I'm saying I'm not going to sit here and call their defense elite when they're not going up against good offenses. They're going to go up against a good one at the Red River game. We'll see how it goes. But funny because it's true, says TP. It's always funny, bro. Love it. Love it, love it, man. No, he does not. Listen, it may be a little early for this, Marshall, but he's killing it, man. He definitely is killing it. I think our thought, and what we talked about here was our thought has always been, hey, just get him the ball early, see how he does. Make defenses have to account for him. Now they have to account for him and then some, And when you've got guys like, Burks, Sategna's been really good. Keontae's has been really good. They've passed it around to a lot of guys. You even saw, oh man, who was I thinking of? It was the younger kid last week getting a couple catches. Look, almost had a huge one from Ivan Carrion as well. And Giovanni gets back. Who the hell are you going to How are you gonna stop this offense with Mateer being able to pull it down and go too, and being able to he'll get it out from anywhere. I think if John Mateer learns to put a little air under the ball, the deep ball touchdowns are going to come in bunches at some point. Maybe it's this week. Apparently so, man. That's what I haven't seen that on Twitter or anything yet because I was in here whenever somebody said it. But that would be wild. That would definitely be wild. Let me see. Oh, Auburn fans JP's getting sick of it. He said, Auburn fans being reckless? Put the tweets under here and let's get after it, he says. Oh, JP, Indy Sooner. Oh, man, it's getting wild. It's getting wild. I didn't know this I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this week. Because you didn't hear this from them last year at all. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything yet, but oh, now they're even doing the Oklahoma wouldn't be in the SEC if not for Texas trash in there. And this is coming from Auburn fans. Auburn fans, pop in and talk to me. Let's hear why you think it is that you have a chance. Oh, I got one for you guys. Here's what Auburn fans are. Did you guys watch this show yesterday? Let's see. Let me pull that up. Oh man, I got so much stuff on this desktop. Too muchy. Here it is. Too funny, too funny.
Auburn's got a big game Saturday against the 9-time reigning national champions. They haven't lost a game since, I think, 2000, maybe 8, I think, is the last time Oklahoma. Hang on. Let me check my notes, Zach. Let me check. Okay, that's not the case. But my Lord, their fans sure are acting like they haven't lost a game since the Obama administration.
It went on further. I don't want to get a strike on it, but that was basically, and that's what I was saying earlier. I feel like that's a weird, it's like a weird way that they're going about this stuff of kind of talking shit. But now it's turned into now they're just saying they're going to beat the crap out of OU. I don't understand it. It's wild to me that you're talking all this shit. And look, their way that they've been doing it up until this point is what he was just saying. You know, they haven't lost a game since 2009, and they think that they're going to roll over everybody in this game. It's almost like shaming Oklahoma fans for being confident in their football team with a unbelievable quarterback, lots of weapons, and the best defense in the country. It's wild. Just wild. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like it's I got to tell you, I don't really feel like it's going to be that close a game, you know? And Oklahoma beat you in your house last year when they weren't that as good offensively. Yeah, me neither. We don't do that. Yeah, I saw that too. Beat those trees with the worst offense and a defense that wasn't 100 at their house. Yeah, listen. you know. And I mean, they haven't gotten any of those yet. They hadn't been able to pick up any turnovers yet, but it feels like they're due for a big day on that, right? It feels like they're due for a big day. So we'll see. Yeah, 9 championships. Right. I love that one too. Yeah, I mean, well, he went on to say, and I was watching the clip again on Twitter yesterday, and he was talking about that there was nobody left on Auburn's schedule that he thinks that they can't beat. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Because here's the deal. I'm not going to sit here and I don't boo. I don't really boo at games that much anyway. Maybe the refs, if they're really screwed up, like, you know, we've seen it. We saw it a couple of weeks ago. But I got to tell you, Jackson Arnold's not very good. He can't throw the ball. And the only way you're beating this team is to throw the football. Just your only chance. Now, I don't know that he's going to have enough time to throw the football, but I damn sure know this. They're not going to run with him in that +1 quarterback run game. It's not going to happen. Do that and you're going to get him killed. There's no way. Yeah. It's wild. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're 2 championships from like 1910 and 1912. There was one in the 50s, and then, yeah, the one when Oklahoma lost to USC in the title game. Yeah, they've been doing that crap since they did that shit. So, and I mean, it's so weird that and look, when we talked to Jake Crane last time he was on here, I understood what he was talking about with all that stuff. Because he was saying, you know, Alabama's got some weird ones that they've claimed as well, and they're at 19 or whatever. I know that Oklahoma doesn't claim 10 that they could claim. You know what I mean? If it's not an AP one, dating back all that time, if it's not an AP championship, then it's not one. You know? And the AP didn't give them the natty that year that Oklahoma got beat in the championship game by USC either. It wasn't a split championship. So it's bullshit. But look, I'm just going to tell you, if you're counting on Jackson Arnold to beat Oklahoma, you might think again. Yeah. No doubt. Sure. Auburn's the OSU of the SEC. It's little brother vibes all day, man. All day. Big little brother vibes. It hasn't been very good, man. Nope. And he hasn't been when he has thrown the ball, he hasn't been accurate enough either. He's not getting it out on time. He's got a timing issue. That's part of it. Not throwing guys open is absolutely there. What's up there, Rob? Man, we have 468 people watching the show. 381 of them, of course, are on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching, man. If you're on Twitter, jump over to the YouTube page. It's at HOF-CFB and become a subscriber. At least hit the like button, man. We'd appreciate it. Where are we at on likes here? Come on now. We've had even on YouTube, we've had 700 people watching, and we've got 59 likes. We've got 83 in here. Run them up. Don't be a freeloader. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it, MyBookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. www.unfiltered.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame college football. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame college football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding crimson and cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page. Whew. My molars were floating. Had to take a break there real quick. All right. Man, we're still doing this Texas stuff. Second string quarterback. Yeah, but he should have been the starter. They might have had a better season because J.A. wasn't it. And that's just a fact. Auburn would have got killed by Michigan. Yeah, I don't know, man. If we're going to find that out. I think we're going to find that out. But I don't think, as far as like in the trenches and stuff like that, I don't believe that they're better than that. And everybody's talking about they might have a better D-line than Oklahoma. I think you're nuts if you're saying that. But listen, it's an important game. It's time for them to go out there and prove it again. Oklahoma needs to go out there and prove it again that this defense is elite. You know, Shawty said it yesterday. He thinks that they're really good. He's buying stock in them, but he wants to see them do it against SEC competition. I think that's the same, that everybody in this fan base wants the same thing. And that's what you got to do. You know? So that's where I'm at on it too. I want to see him get it done. And, you know, as I said, as far as, I brought up the whole Jackson Arnold, should you boo him, should you not? Because everybody's talking about it. And I got to tell you, I don't care if you do or you don't. Whatever you do, be loud if you're there at this game. You know, they were talking smack about Oklahoma not being a real SEC stadium and getting rowdy too. That's wild shit. I was at the Michigan game. It was never quiet other than when they did that thing between the third and fourth quarter. That was it. Thank you, Ronnie, for getting your like in early. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Oh, whatever, man. Yeah. That's good stuff. I thought Michigan would be better. OU's line whipped them. OU plays clean. Yep. Look, I've only heard criticism of OU's run game while Auburn's secondary is way more suspect. Hey, man, it's like I said, Auburn's secondary stinky. Like homeless shelter butt. Homeless shelter butt. They're going to beat that ass. Then the other night, giving Mizzou a tiny bit of props. So no fair. Hey, I think they're going to beat up on South Carolina, bro. I think they're going to beat up on South Carolina. Bam Bo going to take Arnold's head off. That's what I was saying earlier. I think if you're Jackson Arnold and you're trying to run and they're running him as much as they've been running him, he's not going to make it to the end of the game. Ain't no way he makes it to the end of the game. Welcome into the show. Bishop Frank, gonna have to move to your right a little bit there, Bishop. There you go. What up, dog?
What up with it?
What's going on?
Man, Twitter's ablaze.
I didn't say
Johnny
Michigan
Phone
is
on
a
the
good team.
blaze.
Yeah. I did not
It's all
say
good.
hey, D-Max, don't say that shit. I did not say that Michigan's not a good team. I did not say that. They are a good team.
But
Even
hey,
next year, they were
all I
sitting in
wanted
the
to let
Michigan.
people know, the standard is the standard, and it doesn't matter who comes in. Nobody comes into our house and houses us. Period, point blank.
Not this year. Not this year, man. Last year was a bad year. They happen sometimes. Ask Texas, they know. Ask Texas, they know about bad years, D-Max, right? You should know all about it. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Cover the spread against Sam Houston State this weekend, and I'll still think you suck. But at least do that before you talk shit.
Ouch.
Yeah, we could care less what Texas fans think. They don't know football. They don't know football. Most of them don't know football. So this is what it is. Baba Yaga. Oh, he's got so many different nicknames. It's funny, Boganowski. Bro, could you imagine if Jackson gets into the secondary on a run or something like that? Could you imagine what him or Powers or RSJ is liable to do to him? Even Peyton Bowen. Peyton Bowen's his old teammate from high school. It don't mean he won't knock the shit out of his ass if he gets out there. Bro, come on now.
Hey.
Come on now.
Hey, it's like I said, if JA comes around that corner and those Friday 13th meets him, there will be a collision that will take place.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all keep running, keep saying that y'all gonna run 200 yards on us. I appreciate you.
Hey, look, I saw that one. I saw that on the, and I don't even know why, because I went on to On3 and it was right there at the top. And I don't even usually look at the damn message boards. It was right at the top though, and they were saying that you can run against this Oklahoma defense. Okay. I think their only chance whatsoever is that they have legit unbelievable receivers. Not even just the first two. They got two more that are really good.
No doubt.
But we know that he's not good passing, and he's going to be under duress throwing the ball. But I can only imagine that Hugh Freeze has to have that as his game plan coming into this, that he's going to have to open it up, because there's no way he thinks that they're going to get away with doing what they did against Baylor. Baylor's defense is trash, by the way. So I don't know why you're thumping your chest about getting 300 and something yards of rushing in that game, because that's not who you're playing this week. It's not who you're playing.
All I know is the assigned mission for the power line is 11 TFLs. The standard is the standard.
Yeah. Wait till next year. Michigan will get it again. Oh, I don't care what he thinks about that stuff anyway. Oh, there's old Krusty. Hey man, you don't even have any sweet Kool-Aid right now there, Crunch. What you talking about? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like pick your poison. What are you gonna do here? What are you gonna do here? Let him open it up. It's feels like it could be one of those games that Jackson could get banged up a little bit. Not to say I'm hoping he gets hurt or anything like that, but it could happen. If they run him, it's going to happen.
So check this out. Even if he passed, the first sign of an interception, subconsciously, how will he be able to meet that fire test?
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
true
he
test.
doesn't, and that's the thing. He doesn't throw guys open. That's what Dilligaff was saying it a few minutes ago. He doesn't try to throw guys open. He waits until they're wide ass open before he'll even throw it. And that means that your timing is off. If you wait like that, hold the football. Oh, Lord. We saw that. I mean, look what the Mizzou game, leading with 2 minutes left by a touchdown, and you lose in regulation. Come on, bro. Come on.
But I like the enthusiasm they have. They talk a good game, but understand documentation be conversation, and all receipts will and shall come due.
Yeah. Hey, Mars, Carlos was in here last night. He was in here on the show last night. He said he was in on the show after the game was over, the Michigan game. And I didn't see him because I was in the car. But anyway. Maybe more than likely, Marshall, we haven't won there since 66. I don't think Hardy. I do think Hardy may be the only running back to run for 100 against OU's defense. They better still be throwing it pretty well. Yes, see, 483 yards on Auburn. Auburn only put up 415 on Baylor. Right. And that's not a good defense at Baylor. Not a good defense.
I just remember the narrative of Michigan coming in here. Oh yeah, we're gonna run over 250 yards plus on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
He does. That was me, Bob. Yeah, he waits on it. He waits. He doesn't throw them open, and that's the difference. Mateer does. Help. Dylan wasn't good at getting the ball out in time. As good as Dylan was as a quarterback and play. I mean, I got nothing but love for Dylan Gabriel, but I'm gonna tell you this: Mateer anticipates it, and he's the ball. The one interception that everybody's talking about, he's having three interceptions or whatever. Don't be reckless with the ball. I get it. Don't be reckless with the ball. The first interception, he kept Deion Burks from getting killed. The second one, he threw the ball on time, and dude didn't have his head around. So by the time he got his head around, all he could do is it carried off him. It turns into a pick. It is what it is. It's still an interception. The only one that I don't know why he threw the one last week at Temple, because he got Keonta's cracked too. But that was the only one that I was like, I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. But what happened? The defense locks them up, makes them kick a field goal. Oklahoma's defense is literally not giving up points. I get it. They played two bad teams. But say what you will, they get real football players at Michigan. They do.
All I know is when you play defense and the other team doesn't score, you have a greater percentage of winning.
Corrections, you got in trouble on an Auburn pot. What is trouble? Telling them to please run Jackson. Our defense will run through his soul. Oh, I love it. Well, there's always this.
Auburn's got a big game Saturday against the 9-time reigning national champions. They haven't lost a game since, I think, 2008, I think, is the last time Oklahoma. Hang on. Let me check my notes, Zach. Let me check. Okay, that's not the case. But my Lord, their fans sure are acting like they haven't lost a game since the Obama administration.
And then they're shaming everybody for being confident in their team. And it's a home game, and we know the quarterback very well. I literally heard somebody talking about that. Oh, it was that idiot from that Penn State Talks guy was saying last night. He was saying, what did he say? That JA is going to be able to tell everything about the defense to Hugh Freeze to be able to hurt Oklahoma. He never figured it out. He never figured it out in practice. What are we talking about? He's going to be better at dissecting the defense than Venables is going to be at dissecting his ass. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Jason, can I ask you a question? What was the whole narrative going into the season that the defense was doing to JA?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe so, but he's got to be able to get the ball out on time, and we haven't seen him do that, Bob. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all should play Hawkins more. He'll have his time. Dylan, he was a good stopgap quarterback. You're lucky to have had him after you lost Caleb Williams. Yeah, he don't know BV's defense. No, that's what they were saying, though. It's hilarious, right? Those guys don't know shit. They don't know shit. Calling schemes change from season. Yeah, listen, and that's, unlike Ohio State, who doesn't ever change their fucking signals or change the way they do things at all, and then scream about cheating. They do change up their stuff quite a bit at Oklahoma.
It's just going to be very interesting how they think they're going to have time to pass.
Mm-hmm.
They're acting like we haven't been doing what we've been doing, as if we're like Rudy Poots or something. That's why I said it's a perfect game, because when you come to our house, we got you.
Look, again, go out there and prove it. If you're Oklahoma, go out and prove it. Handle your business. To their credit, to Oklahoma's credit, all the players, the coaches, they haven't said anything bad about Jackson whatsoever. They've been nothing but nice about him. Coach Venables, going back to SEC Media Days, has been nice. Mateer was nice about him. RSJ was very nice about him yesterday. They've talked to everybody they've talked to. They've asked something about him, and nobody said anything bad. And that's the right way to go about it. But it ain't going to be like that when they get on the field. They're just not putting up bulletin board material. Auburn fans are. So it is what it is. Yes. Yeah, listen. It is what it is, guys. But look, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's pretty clear that the other part of it is, it's just, even if, let's say that they do match up pretty good on defense. If you think that Jackson's really good, and let's say he has a decent game, is he gonna have a better game than Mateer against a bad secondary? I mean, I don't see it. I have a hard time seeing that when he's put up almost twice the yards through the air that Jackson has. Now, granted, I give you that they have Cam Coleman and Singleton. I like them. Man, listen, they're very good. He hasn't been able to get them the ball yet. They've got one touchdown between them in 3 games. They aren't talking about it. They're going to be about it, and that matters. It does matter. And again, I think it was a good sign that, you know what, I don't care about Temple. I don't care about even Illinois State. I'm going to tell you that not playing with your food like Texas does that's a good trait to have if you're Oklahoma. It's a good trait for any championship level team or somebody that wants to contend for championships, you got to go out there and handle business against teams that should not be on the field with you. And they did that. From the very first snap, they dominated that game. End of story. Right. Right. I mean, here's the thing. I would just tell you that J.A., he better figure it out with the passing, because Deuce Knight is a thrower, and he can run too. By this time next year, there's no way he's still the quarterback there. There's no fucking way. There's no way. I'm surprised he's still the quarterback now. They've kept him upright. He hadn't gotten himself in too much trouble. He has fumbled it twice, but they recovered it both times. But think about that. 13 games, 12 fumbles. 3 games at Auburn, 2 more fumbles. That's 14 fumbles in 16 games as a starter. That's ball security problems. Yeah, he can fumble it too. Everybody was calling him JFA, and I don't care who takes credit for it. I'm taking credit for this one. It's now JBA. Oh, Butterfingers Arnold. Jackson Butterfingers Arnold. Yeah. He can run the ball. It is. We'll see what happens, man. What Arnold might recognize as slot blitz in the same alignment is this season may be no blitz or a backer blitz up the middle. Correct. And there's no way they're not gonna send anything that he would be able to recognize anyways. That they know that if anything, Venables is taking the time to think about what they never threw at him last year. You know? Yeah. Small hands, he says. Small hands. Slippery hands.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's time.
Listen, it is what it is.
Yep.
It is what it is. We've been going on for a little over 2 hours, though. You got anything else to add?
Hey, all I know is documentation beat conversation. All receipts will be coming due.
There you go. There you go. Bishop, appreciate you coming in with me. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, man. We've had a lot of folks in here watching the show today. We've had on the regular stream, it's already over 800. We're at 69 likes. We got 82 folks in here. Fill it up, folks. Fill it up. Fill it up for me. And you folks over on Twitter, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you watching from Twitter. But hey, look, if I could get monetized from there, I wouldn't care if you stayed there or not. Do us a favor, hop over here onto the YouTube channel. It's at Hall of Fame College Football, HOF-CFB. If you just put HOF-CFB in to the search bar, you'll find us. Appreciate everybody coming in. And we'll see you all on the next one.